Dear students, let us continue our class, the same topic which we have discussed in the previous class, non-finites. We saw in the last class the difference between a finite verb and a non-finite verb. Just a small recap. So, what is finite? Verbs which are limited by number, person and time. And what about non-finite? The opposite of that, verbs which are not limited by number, person and time. And we have also discussed that there are generally three categories of non-finite verbs, that is infinitives, gerund and participles. And we saw what is infinitive and the different types of infinitive, that is without, to, correct? So today let us see infinitives which are formed with the help of or with the use of to, with to, to, alright? And what are its uses? So the very first use of infinitives with to is that as subject to a verb, say example like to rise early is a good habit. So here what the word to acts as a subject to a verb, alright? I repeat, to rise early is a good habit. Next use of infinitive with to is that as object, but here in this case it will be a transitive verb. Okay, say example, she hopes to pass. To pass, okay, as object, but that too as a transitive verb. Now next uses of infinitive with to is as object but to a preposition, alright? You know preposition, showing relationship between the different words, okay? Like example, say the train is about to leave. So here the word to or the infinitive with the help of the word to is actually, what it is doing is that it is an object. It is playing the role of an object but to a preposition. Now the infinitive with to is also used as complement to a verb. Example, our motto is to forget and forgive. The next uses is to qualify a verb, to express purpose or cause or even manner. So three things, that is purpose, cause or manner, when we need to qualify a verb in order to express this. Say supposedly in the case of purpose, we can say she went to buy sweets. Okay, that is qualifying a verb to express a purpose. Now what about if you need to express a cause? He laughed to hear that I have topped the lease. So here it is actually the cause. He laughed to hear. Why? The reason? Because what is saying? That I have topped the lease. Now when you need to express a manner, then you waste your time to try to convince her. Okay, so these are some of the uses of infinitive with to, especially in the case of purpose, cause and manner. The next use of infinitives with to is to qualify an adjective. Say example, I am eager to join medical. Or another example, are you anxious to help her? Now, there are some important infinitive constructions which you need to take note of. That is the word to, T-O-O, and enough. Okay, especially with the infinitive. Now, to is actually, it has the meaning that, or what to indicates is excess. It's actually a kind of negative. Now for example, if I say for example, it is too hot, alright, which means It is so hot that it must not have been that much hot. Okay, suppose if I say today it's too hot, it means more than what you can bear, it's negative. I hope you are getting it. In your book also there is an example with regard to same usage, same description, but it's in terms of a coffee. I would read out that, just listen. This coffee is too hot to drink, which means this coffee is so hot that that the person is not able to drink, and it must not have been that much hot. The next, as I told you, Anna, there are two words. One is this too, the other one is enough. So even in the case of enough actually expresses, or you can say it indicates sufficiency. It's a kind of a positive word, okay? It's not like the word too, which indicates excess. Now, if I read out the example, she's tall enough to touch the ceiling fan, which means that she's so tall that she can touch the ceiling fan. Okay, she is tall enough. It's a negative. It's a positive word. Now, while using the word to and enough, there is a point to remember, that is, when to is placed before and enough is placed after the adjective, or you can say adverb, then the construction with to is actually used to change negative sentence into affirmative, and also to change compound, or you can say complex sentence, into simple ones. Okay? And in the case of enough, the construction with enough is used to change affirmative complex or compound sentences into affirmative simple ones. Alright, this point you need to take note of while using to or enough. Infinitives can also be used to make sentence or sentences compact. Say example, you should develop self-confidence if you want to succeed in life. So now let us make this sentence a compact one, a smaller sentence, okay, with the same meaning. I read out again, you should develop self-confidence if you want to succeed in life. Now I'll reframe the sentence, okay, but without changing the meaning. You should develop self-confidence to succeed in life, which means the same. So see, the sentence became compact, smaller, but here the meaning did not change. Say another example, Mr. Agarwal hoped that he would win the election easily. Mr. Agarwal hoped that he would win the election easily. Now let us make it a compact sentence. Mr. Agarwal hoped to win the election easily. Simple. Correct? As I told you that infinitives is also used to make sentence compact. Likewise, it is also used to join sentences in order to join. Sometimes what happens is that we can use infinitives, when there's a different pair of sentences, and if we need to join them, we usually what do we do is that we take the more important of the two sentences and we make that important as a main clause. We have already discussed what is main clause in the previous chapter, correct? And we convert the verb in the other sentence into an infinitive. Now see, I'll give you one example. You should do your duty sincerely, full stop. The next sentence is, you shouldn't be afraid of it. Now among these two sentences, there are two sentences, right? Now we will join them. I repeat, the first sentence is, you should do your duty sincerely, and the next, you shouldn't be afraid of it. Now let us take the more important one out of these two and make it as a main clause. For example, you shouldn't be afraid to do your duty sincerely. That's all. Two sentences made in one. Another example for the same category, that is where we use infinitive to join sentences, is that he goes for a daily morning walk. The first sentence, full stop, followed by, it is his habit. I repeat, he goes for a daily morning walk, full stop, followed by, it is his habit. Now when you combine both of them, when you join both of them and just select the more important sentence as a main clause, and when you reframe it, your sentence will be, it is his habit to go for a daily morning walk. That's all. As simple as that. So with this we end this infinitives. After this we have one more topic, that is the participle. So the participle we will discuss in the next class. Okay, now like infinitives we have seen, it is used to join sentence, it is used to make sentences compact. Even participles has got some subcategories, so we will discuss that in the next class. Today we will end the class here. You can refer your text page number 49 and 50. All right, please go through the text thoroughly. In case if you have any doubt, kindly get back to me. Study well, everybody.